to C. Williams ASMR. Today you will be hearing chewing gum mouth sounds, and I'm also going to be narrating a story. I hope you enjoy the sounds of chewing gum and this brief story. Please watch to the end and listen to the story. Let's begin.
Chapter 17 continued. Realizing that she could no longer rely on her instincts alone, Clara made the decision to hire a business consultant to help guide the diner through its growing pains. She had always been fiercely independent, but now it was clear that she needed external expertise to navigate the complexities of the restaurant industry. The consultant, a seasoned professional with years of experience in the food industry, quickly identified areas where the business could improve. From revamping the menu to updating the marketing strategy, the consultant's suggestions were both practical and innovative. Clara, though initially resistant to change, began to see the value in bringing in someone with a fresh perspective. As the consultant worked alongside Clara, started to feel a renewed sense of optimism. The future of the diner was still uncertain, but for the first time in months, she felt like she was taking the right step toward revitalizing the business. It wasn't going to be easy, but Clara was determined to make it work. Just as Clara was beginning to feel a sense of progress in the business, another challenge arose. Jack, who had always been the most dependable of her children, made the decision to pursue his own venture outside of the family business. Clara was taken aback by his sudden announcement. He had been her right-hand man throughout their entire journey, and the thought of him leaving the business was devastating. Clara tried to convince him to stay, but Jack was firm in his decision. He explained that he had felt stifled by the expectations that came with being part of the family business and needed to find his own path. Clara respected his decision but felt a deep sense of loss. Jack's departure marked another turning point in the family dynamic, with each of her children foregoing their own paths. Clara had to accept that they were no longer children in need of guidance. They were adults with their own lives to lead. But that didn't make it any easier. The absence of Jack in the business left a gaping hole, and Clara was forced to adapt once again. All this crossroads in her life, Clara found herself questioning everything she had worked for. She had spent so many years building a life for her family, only to see it slowly unravel. Her children were growing up and moving on, and the business that had once been her dream was now facing challenges she wasn't sure how to overcome. She had never been one to give up, but the weight of her responsibilities felt heavier than ever. Clara stood at a precipice, unsure of which way to turn. The road ahead was unclear, and the thought of losing everything had built was almost too much to bear. But as she sat alone in the diner one evening, Clara realized something. No matter what happened, she had made it this far. She had fought for everything she had, and she wasn't about to stop now. The future was uncertain, but one thing was certain. Clara wasn't going down without a fight. In the quiet of the evening, Clara sat at a counter at the diner, staring out at the empty seats. She had built this place from nothing, and it had become a part of her, just as her children had. She realized that no matter what, she would continue to fight for both. Her family had been through so much together, and even if they were on different paths now, they were still family. The diner, too, had become more than just a business. It was a symbol of everything she had fought for. Clara wasn't sure what the future held, but in that moment, she knew that she had the strength to face whatever came next. She was no longer just a mother trying to hold her family together. She was a woman who had built something beautiful and had the courage to keep building, no matter how many obstacles stood in her way. With the newfound clarity, Clara knew the journey ahead wouldn't be easy. She still had much work to do to rebuild the relationship with her children and revitalize the business. But she was ready to face the challenges head on. The road ahead was uncertain, but Clara was no longer afraid. She had faced adversity before, and she had come out stronger. Now, with a renewed sense of purpose, she was ready to tackle the next chapter of her life. No matter what the future held, Clara knew she had the strength, the wisdom, and the love of her family to guide her through it. The journey wasn't over, far from it, but Clara was determined to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Click the next video to continue following Clara's journey as she faces new challenges in both her business and her family. The video is not over. Please continue to enjoy the sounds of chewing gum, and thank you for listening to the story. Please hit the like button, subscribe, or comment. See you on the next video. Thank you.